Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the Funimation Dub of episode 44 of Dragonball Super. We begin this episode on an unknown planet where it's nighttime and a bearded alien seems to be preparing for an upcoming attack. A bluish-green colored alien seems to be responsible for this upcoming attack that the bearded alien is preparing for. We then cut to Earth at Capsule Corporation, where Monaka arrives in his space delivery truck. It turns out Bulma made an order for the sweets that Jocko ordered for the celebration party after the Tournament of Destroyers 2 episodes ago. Bulma apparently really liked those sweets, and she requests Monaka to bring the delivery up to her because she's currently working on her latest invention. She even requests Monaka to help her out a little with this invention because she needs an extra pair of hands. But Monaka says that he can't stay for too long because he has to make a delivery that's located at a planet called Po-tau-feu. While Monaka is helping Bulma, Goten and Trunks see Monaka's space delivery truck, and they decide to go look inside the back since the back doors were left open. But an accident with one of the deliveries causes the back doors to close, and Monaka doesn't hear Goten or Trunks because he's actually heading off for Planet Po-tau-feu while Goten and Trunks are still in the truck. And it's really cold in the back of the truck because by the time Monaka arrives to Planet Po-tau-feu and he opens the back doors, Goten and Trunks are frozen solid. So Monaka helps to unthaw Goten and Trunks, and he helps to keep them warm after they've unthawed. Afterwards, the bearded alien we saw at the beginning of the episode arrives. We find out that his name is Potage. He's voiced by Bob Hess, and he's apparently friends with Monaka. He was also the one who made the order that was to be delivered to Planet Po-tau-feu, and the order was for a magazine. Shortly afterwards, the bluish-green alien from earlier in the episode arrives, and he's the leader of a group of alien criminals. While Potage is no match for the alien criminals, Goten and Trunks easily make quick work of them, so the criminals are forced to retreat for the time being. Later on, Potage explains that he's guarding something that the alien criminals want. It's only after that when Potage realizes that something important he's supposed to hold on to is missing, and we find out that the alien criminals have it when they return. Goten and Trunks both comment that the item looks like a pacifier, but it's really a key for a safe, and in the safe is a tonic called Superhuman Water. They also hold Monaka captive as blackmail so that Goten and Trunks won't interfere with their plan to take the Superhuman Water. And when the alien criminal leader opens up the container, the Superhuman Water looks purple. Then we see a shot of Planet Po-tau-feu from space, and we hear the leader screaming. Afterwards, we cut back to Earth, where Bulma had looked through security cameras and saw that Goten and Trunks ended up going to Po-tau-feu with Monaka. So she calls Jocko to go get the boys and bring them back home to Earth. But Jocko says he's busy looking for a criminal named Grill. He shows Vegeta and Bulma a picture of Grill, and it turns out he's the bluish-green alien that leads the alien criminals we saw in Po-tau-feu. Bulma then reveals to Jocko that she saw a picture of the galactic king he had that he doodled on when she last saw him when they were riding off in space, probably to go see Zuno, I'm guessing. And she blackmails Jocko to, if he doesn't go get the boys and bring them back to Earth, she'll tell the Galactic King about the unflattering doodle that Jocko made on the Galactic King picture. So Jocko begrudgingly agrees to go to Po-tau-feu, and Bulma convinces Vegeta to go along with Jocko. Afterwards, Bulma calls Chi-Chi to let her know where Goten is, and assure her that Vegeta and Jocko are both on their way to go get Goten and Trunks and bring them back to Earth. Afterwards, we see that Goku is on King Kai's planet training. It looks like he's recovered from the loss of control over his energy that we saw in the previous episode. And King Kai also questions why Goku doesn't just train on Beerus's planet. But Goku reveals that Whis went off somewhere, and Whis is the only person who can take Goku to Beerus's planet. So that's why Goku decided to train on King Kai's planet instead. Then we're back at Planet Po-tau-feu. Goten and Trunks manage to give the criminals the slip, and they have Potage and Menaka. They're both, they managed to get Potage and Monaka safely away, and they're trying to run away or fly away from the alien criminals. And yeah, Grill and his minions all look purple now, and they kind of have a blobbish look to them, for lack of a better term. Eventually, Vegeta and Jocko both arrive on Po-tau-feu, and they see the boys, Potage and Menaka, trying to escape Grill and his minions, and Jocko is surprised to see that Grill is on Po-tau-feu. Vegeta easily takes care of Grill's minions, but when he defeats them, they just turn into purple blobs, and so eventually Grill is the only one left. And then that's when something important happens. The purple blobs that the minions turned into, they lump themselves together to turn into a bigger purple blob, and they cover Vegeta. Yeah, they swallow Vegeta, for lack of a better term. Vegeta does manage to break free from the purple blob, but he says that his strength is all gone. And the purple blob starts to talk to Vegeta, and it takes Vegeta's form. Now, as for the voice that the purple blob is talking in, well, for longtime Dub fans, it is Vegeta's voice, but not Chris Sabat's Vegeta. No, the duplicate Vegeta is voiced by Brian Drummond, who is probably best known to fans of the Dragon Ball franchise as Vegeta's voice from the Ocean Dub, or Vegeta's Canadian voice artist, and that's where we end the segment. Now, this episode is the first of a three-parter a three-part storyline, and the most common name that this three-parter is called is named after the planet it's mostly set on, the Po-tau-feu three-parter. And now this one, it's still one of the breather episodes before we get to the fourth saga of Dragon Ball Super. But the interesting thing about this three-parter, at least with regards to the Funimation dub, is the fact that Brian Drummond is playing copy Vegeta, or duplicate Vegeta. I don't know which name the dub is going to go on. The credits just listed him as Vegeta, and then they put duplicate in parentheses afterwards. Now, for those wondering, the sub version of the Po-tau-feu three-parter, copy Vegeta wasn't voiced by Vegeta's sub voice artist in the sub version. He was voiced by the same person who provided the voice for Tarbell, Vegeta's brother, who appeared in, I don't think you'd call it a movie, maybe a TV special, but yeah, there was a special that featured Vegeta's brother, Tarbell. Although, while Tarbell was mentioned in the movie version of Battle of Gods, he wasn't mentioned in Dragon Ball Super yet, if at all, and that leaves a lot of people to wonder if Tarble is a canon character, or if he's part of the main continuity, in other words. So some people were wondering, at least for the sub version, maybe Tarble voicing the duplicate Vegeta might have been a casting gag in reference to that someone related to Vegeta. Now, in regards to the dub version, though, yeah, we still got a casting gag, but we had a previous English Vegeta voicing the duplicate Vegeta. Like I said, it was Brian Drummond from the Ocean Dub. And yeah, because originally Funimation teamed up with Saban to dub Dragon Ball Z into English, and they had the Ocean cast as the voice cast for that initial dub. And the Ocean cast still went on to dub the English Dragon Ball Z after the Frieza saga, but that dub was released in Canada and I believe the United Kingdom as well. Although, from what I've heard, the United Kingdom would switch between that Ocean dub and the Funimation dub for the Android saga, the Cell saga, and the Boo saga. And I did hear the Ocean cast did dub Dragon Ball Z Kai as well, at least up to the Cell saga, but that hasn't been released to the public, at least as of the recording of this video. But if you're a fan from the United States and you first watched Dragon Ball Z with the Ocean dub, then this is probably the first time in a long while, not counting like clips on YouTube, where they got to hear Brian Drummond as Vegeta again for quite some time now. And while Chris Sabat is my favorite Vegeta voice, Brian Drummond was the first Vegeta voice I heard. So it was pretty surreal hearing the current Vegeta and the old English Vegeta voice together on screen at the same time. And we'll be getting that again in the next 2 episodes for the Po-tau-feu 3-parter. So I have to say, that was a great casting gag they did there, because the Tarble special never came out in the United States, actually. It was Funimation never got around to dubbing the Tarble special. Now, I don't know if there's any red tape reasons for that, or just they didn't get the time. I'm not entirely sure, so who knows if that Tarble special will ever get dubbed by Funimation in the future. But in any case, yeah, having the Ocean dub Vegeta voice copy Vegeta or duplicate Vegeta, whatever you want to call him, I thought that was a great casting gag. And I liked Bob Hess as Potage and Brian Olvera as Grill. I thought they both did well too, even though they're pretty minor characters overall. And I'm definitely interested in seeing more of Brian Drummond as copy Vegeta or duplicate Vegeta. Now, unfortunately for viewers of the Funimation dub, we have to wait 2 weeks before we can go to the next episode. And that's because Toonami is taking the Christmas week and the New Year's week off. Just because the ratings are, viewer ratings are usually lower during the holiday weeks. So that's why they're going to take a break. So we have to wait until the next year, January, before we get the next episode. So we got to be patient for 2 weeks before we get to see the rest of the Po-tau-feu 3-parter in the Funimation dub. But there you go. That's this is the last dub episode that's premiering in this year, 2017. But that was quite a way to end it, with the return of someone from the Ocean dub. What a way to surprise everyone. And I will admit, I'm looking forward to seeing more of... I know that people said the Po-tau-feu 3-parter wasn't one of their favorites. But the fact that Brian Drummond is back as copy Vegeta or duplicate Vegeta, that's enough to make me want to watch the other 2 episodes once the dub for those episodes premieres on Toonami. So we'll be back to discuss Dragon Ball Super once Toonami is back from its 2-week break, or when Toonami resumes new episodes after the 2 holidays. Take care, and until next time.